Hi Pisces, welcome to your reading for October 2020. This is going to be for Pisces Sun, Moon, or Rising. Those intuitively to the guided to the channel, and you don't even know if you have Pisces in your chart. Welcome. You may be in love with the Pisces in love with you. I often feel like if you're cross-checking on someone, a lot of the messages are actually going to be for you. So definitely ask for signs of confirmation, whatever that may be, a letter, a name, a color, a phrase, whatever it may be. So we're going to go ahead and begin your reading with some major arcanas. This is just going to give us like the baseline of what's going on, and then we'll bring some other decks in. These readings are not short. They're not meant to be short because, the way I look at a reading is the beginning of the reading is really just bringing out what's going on, the issues. And then the other decks we bring in are the meat and the potatoes, the solutions, the different perspectives, whatever it is you need. And I feel like the end is definitely your message. So try to stick it out if you can. I feel like pretty quickly within a reading if it's for you or not. However, at the same breath, I want to say if you're guided to a reading, then it is for you. All right, Pisces. I'm going to shoot for 3 cards, but we will take whatever comes out. Remember, time is fluid, so it doesn't really matter if you watch this reading in October. You may be October 2021, and it's just perfect for you at that time. So just know that. You'll be guided to it when it's meant for you. Sometimes when you watch it the first time, it may not have total clarity, but then something happens in your life and you remember it, and then you come back and it seems to give you exactly what you need. So we open your reading with the Devil, card of Capricorn. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo. I don't really read these major arcanas as people, more the energy. And we have the Sun, beautiful, card of Leo. So, Hermit being in the middle. The Hermit is about interflection, right? Looking within for the answers. And they're there within the Hermit energy. This is normally when we tend to go into, you could say isolation, but you could be around a million people and still be isolated within. The good thing about the Hermit is whatever it is, whatever energy is I'm seeking through the Hermit, I receive it because I then become the beacon of light, beacon to others, beacon for myself. It gives me, enough light to see my next step. It may not show the whole path, but it definitely shows me the direction, especially with the Sun right next to that, because the Sun is about illumination, and the Sun talks about your inner child, and remembering that energy and allowing yourself, just because we grow as adults, that inner child's still there, so allowing that inner child to come out and be active in your life. And then you have the Devil on the other side of the Hermit. So this can certainly talk about things that you felt tied to and wanting to know why, wanting to know if those ties are important or if they just a fiction of your imagination, a fragment, a broken fragment type energy. So I feel like whatever it is you're looking for here, you're going to receive it, whether it be answers, whether it be help with things that you feel tied to. It's almost like the chains will come down. With the Lovers on the bottom of the deck. Okay, let's bring in our next deck. Let's do one more. Okay. Let's go a little bit deeper. That didn't take long. We have the Four of Pentacles. We have the Six of Wands. We have the Ten of Cups. We have the Queen of Cups, potentially a Pisces, can be you, another Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We have the Hierophant, card of Taurus. We have the Three of Swords. Came in reverse. I'm going to leave it in reverse. I'm going to read it both ways, actually. We have Temperance. Temperance has been showing up in everyone's reading, and I have to say how beautiful that she's coming under the energy of the Ten of Cups. Temperance is also Sagittarius. We have the Four of Cups. We have Justice, card of Libra. We have the Death card, card of Scorpio. And we have the Five of Pentacles. Let's shoot for our last one. I feel a lot of you are breaking cycles. Breaking cycles with people, in actions. So I feel a lot of this is about where you've been has been like truly breaking cycles. You know why? Because where you're going, these things, these people, these, addictions, whatever they are, they don't fit. They're not part of the next chapter. We have the Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. We have the Lovers, which I'm going to be reading these three cards alone. So we have the Lovers, Soulmate Energy. We have the Princess of Cups. And look at this. We have the Prince of Wands. So I feel like someone is actively preparing themselves to come in and make some type of offer towards whoever else is in this. Wow, I just looked up and there's like this gigantic bug. Whoever else is in this soulmate energy. Princess of Cups, she's someone who's about to receive a cup. It's an emotional cup. It's a cup that makes her happy, makes her feel like a little kid again. And why? Because I feel like there's a lot of passion. So that's water and fire. really what Temperance is. It's the water and fire. So I feel like someone coming in and asking someone on a date, and it's making me feel shy, right? It's making me feel kind of giddy, but nonetheless, it makes my heart sing, right? And then I'm looking over here, remembering that we have the lovers on the bottom of the deck. So interesting. To be honest, I feel like this is more about someone new versus someone of the past. That doesn't really mean anything, right? Because they could be of another lifetime also with soulmate energy, but we're going to read them. We're going to include them in the reading. Excuse me one second. I feel like I got to check out where this bug went. Okay, it was on the outside. It's like one of those big stink bugs. Ugh. Okay. All right, so let's look at this. There seems to be some type of victorious energy surrounding your home. Um, there seems to have been the energy of the Three of Swords, which is some type of heartache. Now, that can be like disappointment, something that gets me in my heart. If I look up, it's attached to the energy of the devil. So that can be a Capricorn, right? But it's also something, it feels like something that at one time I felt tied to, which now I'm moving into the energy of being able to let that go, right? Those chains no longer bind me. It's almost a sense of freedom. I don't feel like anything came easy, and I don't think anything came quickly, because the Hermit to me feels like a period of time. However, it also feels like the energy of success. So, whatever it is I was seeking within the Hermit energy, I receive it, especially with the Sun there. Any questions that I had, I receive. There's illumination over it. There's actually illumination over you, because these are the major energies and they're kind of what's pouring down. So, I kind of love that. So, some type of something that feels victorious, and maybe you're at home when it happens, but I feel like for a lot of you it's related to the home in some way. Over here we have the Princess of Cups, who is receiving a cup, right? It's coming from someone who is very passionate, someone who maybe the word bold, I don't know if I want to say bold, but I almost feel like um, kind of like the energy of not taking no for an answer, right? Now, this could have been before, and perhaps you needed time to think about it, but the soulmate energy is there with the lovers right next to it. So I feel like there's definitely this connection. But just because there's a connection doesn't mean necessarily I want to do it. However, again, we have the energy of victory. I feel like if this is someone coming in making some type of proposal to you, I do feel like they're going to be very persuasive. However, at the same time, I feel like you've got your feet on the ground. So, yeah, what is reminding me, like if there was any type of lies or anything like that, you would see it. You're in the energy now of being able to see, what's true, what's false. You have moved into that energy. So, but, I have the princess over here and then the queen of cups over here who's actually holding that cup. So I feel like I'm accepting this cup. And I almost feel like I may have thought, that it wasn't going to happen. I may not have believed in fairy tales type of thing. I kind of got stuck in my everyday world. And I feel like this cup is something that perhaps you missed. I shouldn't say missed, but You didn't consider, you didn't think it exists anymore. The Temperance really is the one who's controlling the energy here. And that is about divine timing, right? So it tells me with Temperance and the Hermit, this for some feels like a long time coming. It really feels like you're getting a monkey off your back. The monkey's off your back, and it kind of feels like the path forward is being illuminated. Maybe not the whole way, but enough. Definitely enough. Um, I feel like for some of you, you may have gone through a divorce and it is coming to the point, or it has come to the point of um, finalization. Doesn't sound like right. It's final. And from that point, it's movement on, right? Because from here, I go to the 10 down to the 5. And the 5 of Pentacles is that energy of, you know, kind of like the Tower comes in, forces our hand in some way, even if it's something that we want deep down. What we didn't want, what we didn't want to go through is the uncomfortableness. So the 5 of Pentacles puts us through it anyway, but with purpose. There's always a purpose, because at the end we have the Prince of Pentacles. Prince of Pentacles, also a time of measurement, patience, right? Why? Same as Temperance. Because as things, things need to come together. Um, this is not necessarily about magic and things just appearing. This is about time that is needed for things to, come into their own, so to speak. So the Prince of Pentacles talks about after this period, something that can come into your world that is tangible, right? I can touch it, I can feel it, I can smell it, that type of thing. But, it comes with a little bit of sacrifice, and that is the ability to walk through the uncomfortableness. Because you have the Death card right before that. So clearly, I feel like something comes to an end, in a way, forces your hand. And that can be many things. That can be work, that can be love, it can be anything. But nonetheless, I feel like, first of all, the Three of Swords is attached to the Death card. And the Three of Swords being in reverse means now the swords can fall out. Now the swords are not a major factor in my life. It's not it doesn't belong to my thought process any longer, right? It's fading. It's fading. Death card is like, it's the ending of it. For some of you, this could have been a very karmic time, learning some karmic lessons. Um, and the Death card asks us, don't resist. Don't resist this death, because what lies on the other side can truly be magnificent, but it's for you, okay? But everybody knows, it's like your spiritual team that understands that there's some discomfort with that, but I don't feel like they look at us like, oh, poor babies. No, I feel like it's the opposite. They're like, come on, you can do this, right? You can do this. When you're in the 5 of Pentacles energy, which is really towards the end of your reading, you're really moving into a much more balanced, peaceful type of life. Even if there's a lot of hard work on the horizon, what it's about is the energy that's around you, and that is soulmate type energy. And soulmate energy is there to help, not to hurt, but to help. Um, to help guide you in a certain way. I often feel like soulmates can come in for a second or last a lifetime. They all have, we all have our own purpose, and we are here to help others, not just ourselves. So, nonetheless, something comes in. Now, it may be what this Prince of Wands over here is bringing in. And again, it feels quick. So it's funny because I feel patience and then I feel quick energy. Okay, let's bring in our clarifiers. Let's just see what's on the bottom of this deck. Look at this, we have the Fool on the bottom of this deck. So we have the Fool, we have the Lovers, we have the Two of Cups here, we have the energy of you receiving, and how it's coming in feels maybe even chaotic, but it feels passionate. It feels, even if I'm afraid of it, it feels good. You know what I mean? So this is all like, the background noise of what's going on. And maybe we're not even so much aware of that, but ultimately what's it doing? It's putting us in the full energy. The Fool is about taking a chance. When the Fool is looking at the future, he's not looking back. He's looking forward. And usually it's step by step. Think of the Fool during his journey. When I see the Fool, when I see the Five of Pentacles, they're very like-minded energy, right? Because once this uncomfortableness within the six or the Five of Pentacles ends, I move into the Six of Pentacles. And this is where I become a much more compassionate type person. I become much more empathetic. And that energy, I feel, is used in the universe because then you have the Fool. So I love what it's saying, walk through the uncomfortableness knowing that the Fool lies ahead, right? Not only does the Fool lie ahead, but there is a pentacle heading your way. Not just a pentacle, by the way, also a cup. Interesting. Okay. I do feel the energy of some divorces being finalized. Um, whether I wanted it or not, I hate to say it that way, but whether I wanted it or not, I feel like ultimately it benefits me. It's scary starting a new chapter, especially if you're doing alone. But what you have to understand is, you're not just this human body. You have so much spiritual help and ability and wisdom from lifetime after lifetime. And you can pull on that energy at any time. And many times that is an early life lesson, or midlife, let's say. I think even younger than midlife. But it can take some of us, like myself, until I am, 50 to get it. Many times it's something very difficult to go through, that moves us into kind of a splendid spiritual type energy. And I know when you're in the midst of the lowness, it's hard to believe, right? But nonetheless, there's always the opposite. It always exists. So if you're in the dark, that light exists. It doesn't go away. All right, we have the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Star, beautiful, coming over the sun. And we have the Five of Wands, which is very like-minded energy. It's almost like going to war with oneself. Going to war with yourself. I don't know. Just that type of energy. So, we have the Nine of Pentacles energy coming over the Devil. First of all, that's Virgo and Capricorn. energy, and then Virgo on the other side of that. There could be two Virgos and a Capricorn. But nonetheless, this is about self-efficiency, the Nine of Pentacles. Um, in the Nine of Pentacles, what am I doing? I'm building up my pentacles. I'm strengthening my root, my foundation. It's very independent energy. And, it's the energy of success. Can it go wrong? Of course it can. There's free will. Someone can influence us. Someone can, or we can, not trust our own ability type of thing. Because with the Seven of Cups, it has you in the energy of needing to make a decision, wanting to make a decision, but not clear on which direction to go. One day one idea looks good, and then the next day something else looks better. But nonetheless, it's just you determining, I feel like really determining your dreams and maybe even which ones to go after. What can I bring to fruition and what is a pipe dream type of thing. This can talk about a person too. I feel one thing, for some of you, I feel like there was an energy that was developed at some time in your life of codependency. And I feel like part of your lesson was breaking that. Breaking it in a way where you're self-sufficient. And I do feel like it's more in the material world, but that affects your mind. It affects your, it just lets you know all that you can be, right? And sometimes our hands force to move on that direction too. Anyway, let's keep going. We have the Nine of Wands over the energy of victory. Nine of Wands tells me that, first of all, 9 and 9, it tells me that this is something that you have worked on, directly or indirectly. Sometimes a completely different situation is exactly what we need to then include it in something else. I hope that makes sense. So anyway, so Nine of Wands is about your focus and what it took to get you somewhere, right? What you've gained, really, is what it's about, what you've gained. And ultimately, it's like running that race and being the winner. Why? Because you practice. Because you worked out, you did what it took so that you could be that winner. And not just that, but it says you have the ability, even if you think you don't. We have the Ten of Wands, interesting, coming over the Ten of Cups, and then we have Temperance. So the Ten of Wands is a sense of responsibility. Coming over that Ten of Cups, this could certainly talk about carrying the responsibilities of others and, feeling responsible for that. And maybe you were. And maybe really what you're doing is you're learning more and more about that, What has it done? Well, the Nine of Wands is right beside it. So, it helps grow you. The one thing I want to say is just be careful that you're not taking on more than you need to. We go from the 9 to the 10, and that's kind of in a negative way. Even though a 10 it says that it can come to an end, we have to be willing to put it to an end. So I feel like for someone, it's being careful that you're not taking on more than really your fair share. And if you're wondering, I feel like with the sun under that, it's going to be illuminated. Like, what is it you're truly responsible for, and what are you not responsible for? Why? because I feel like something in that energy could be holding you back from what it is you really want to do, who you really want to be with, right? Who you really want to be with the star there, and then temperance over that, like controlling the time of it. This is about divine timing. It's going to come at the right time, not the wrong time. It's not worth coming at the wrong time because it would just be, I don't want to say wasted space, wasted time. Wasted days and wasted nights. Who remembers that song? Freddie something. Anyway, so again, and you may be in the midst of trying to figure that out right now, like, what's my burden, what's not my burden, what can I let go of, what needs to remain. I do feel the energy of Saturn, so I feel the energy of lesson. I'm learning here, I'm learning something, and you have the Hermit, so you're definitely not just learning, but then expanding, evolving greatly because the sun's right next to it. So, again, you're asking those big questions, whether it be to God, whether it just be about life, whatever it is, you're receiving what you need to receive then, I feel like, to then move forward. So I feel like this Ten of Wands comes to an end. It almost has to. Like Temperance is cooking something else up, and it's attached to your dreams. Okay, let's keep going. So we're coming down to the Hierophant, and look at this. We have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles. Following Temperance, number one. Following the energy of this Queen receiving this cup, holding the cup that was coming towards her, we know from a soulmate energy. Again, that does not have to be love. It can just mean, working with someone who just gets you. It just feels right. But for some of you, this is about love, and it's a type of love, right? It's connected to the soulmate. The lover's right there. I see the tower is under the lovers. So for some of you, this is about doing something again. Okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles over the Hierophant, first of all, that's great energy. Ten of Pentacles, that is about remembering your roots. That can be family money, but that can be family business. That is a house that is abundant. Now, it doesn't have to mean that we're rich in this energy, but what it does mean is, number one, we value what we have. The Hierophant's feeding that energy. So, whatever self-beliefs, this can talk about when you were a child, your self-beliefs, what you learned as a child. And I don't feel like this is something I have to unlearn. I feel the opposite. It may be something I have to remember. Um, so that Ten of Pentacles feels very, very strong. A lot of cards. We'll take them. We have the Empress. We have the Five of Swords coming over Temperance. We have the Six of Wands, again, over the Four Cups. We have the Eight of Pentacles coming over Justice. Some of you may be starting in that field of justice, however that may be for you. You know, that can be anything. Um, it is the energy about, you know, if it's important to you, keep your focus on it, because if you focus on it, you're going to grow it. And perhaps with the Ten of Pentacles attached. So this is something, you know, you may be taking after a family member, um, and now doing something yourself. And it just kind of feels like, if that's the case, it feels meant to be, because I feel like this is something that must interest you, because you have the ability to really hone in on it. We have the Hierophant again. You know, I feel like some of you are overcoming the loss of your mother, grandmother, you know, or like older sister type energy. I do feel that when I put the Empress down, I kind of felt that she was an energy that had crossed over, um, yet is still here to, you know, help her child, so to speak. And maybe not just her child, really all of us. You know, we're all going to learn from her wisdom. So I feel like some of you have been in that energy of mourning, um, mourning this lady, this woman. You know, your mother. I feel like I could give her a title, and I feel like your message is to know, especially with the Hierophant over like touching her. I feel like know that she is in much higher energy. Um, if you've ever talked about it, you know, before she crossed, about, you know, life and death type of thing and what happens, I feel like she wants you to know that she's in very beautiful high energy. Um, And I feel like it's weird, but I feel like she's saying, this may just be one, saying like, I can see all the past lives. Um, and that may be something that was talked about. I don't know, but I feel like she wants you to know, like, I can see all the lives. Um, so there's no worry here. Um, if anything, I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like this person in their own mansion, you know, there's no worry. There doesn't need to be worried. Let's put it that way. Of course, we're going to certainly miss them, but I feel more, because I feel that you may have been kind of holding yourself back a little bit. Um, and I really feel like the message is, don't hold yourself back. Keep moving. You know, it's like, don't cry for me, Argentina. You know, I'm alive. I'm well. Hmm. Look at that. I should have just turned a card, because this is about our ancestors and um, how they overlook us, and not overlook us. That's probably not the right word. How they look upon us. I feel like it's a saying also that someone is recognizing your plight and your journey and what you've had to go through. Because you know, with this Five of Pentacles, I feel like maybe I had a connection that now is gone, that put me by myself. Um, but in the same breath, I just want to say that, you know, it's like the Empress is the full, is free, is clear. And not just that, I feel like is abundant. So don't cry for me. But their awareness also over your plight. You know, don't think that they're looking at it as pity. There's no pity. There's only um, a nudging, signs, you know, that type of thing. So let's keep going. And I feel like whether this is from the mother figure or this is just universal energy, I feel like there's a need to keep your focus on your own creativity, on what it is you'd like to bring to the world. Like put your focus there. Put your highest energy there, and I feel like you cannot go wrong. I also feel like a card flipped. May not have, but I feel like it. Yep, look at that. 8 of Wands. So, fast moving energy. It's following judgment. Judgment is about a call to attention. Think of the trumpet blowing, the warning of, I need your attention now type of thing. Temperance up here, controlling the situation, allow things to happen, in their time, as things developed, as things were let go of, as I've had just different awarenesses. Temperance is like paying attention to all that. And it's all going into the recipe, ultimately. And the recipe is your dreams. But your dreams are being illuminated, as are what it is you need to let go of. Both are being illuminated. Illumination to me sometimes is signs. It can be the energy of resistance. Like I keep feeling this resistance towards something. You might want to take that as a sign that that may not be for you. Now, if it's a type of resistance where you can overcome it and you feel like I'm supposed to overcome this, then go forward in it. But if it's a resistance that seems to stop you in the tracks, you may want to think about that. Doesn't mean I can't circle back someday, but maybe timing, right, isn't right. Because temperance is here, and to me, temperance puts you in the right place at the right time, right? Especially with the sun here, awareness over your dreams. I feel like it's also talking about awareness over the signs. Remember that we're coming from the Hermit energy. So, the Hermit is about truly becoming the master teacher to himself and to the world. And maybe it was through the struggles that when I look at it, right, with a certain lens, the lens of the Hermit, I understand it much clearer, right? I see me in it. I see all moving parts in it. And temperance is maybe here saying that's what I'm waiting for, right? Because it seems like I move from that energy with the sun touching it, so I have awareness over where I'm putting my responsibilities that maybe I shouldn't, or maybe I'm letting things go on longer than they need to, right? This is about then moving into your dreams. And temperance, waiting, patience, my child. When the time is right, the time is right. But then victory right below that. So, I have no doubt that this is able to come to fruition. I have no doubt. So we look here, and again, we had somewhat of the pause, right? Why? Because there was work to do, let's say. But here, now we're moving into actual movement, right? 8 of Wands can be the energy of what I think about, I bring about, my thoughts manifesting, and what type of energy I'm manifesting from. Maybe I'm being called to look at that alone. Like when you're trying to manifest something, how are you seeing it? Are you seeing it as all things are possible? Or are you looking at it like chances are it's never going to happen? Maybe I'll give it a shot, right? Are you leaving go of control of how something must come to you? And instead, just accepting the way it comes to you? For some of you, we may expect something to come in with fireworks, and it comes in with a little twizzle stick. It doesn't mean those fireworks are yet to come. So, this can be chaotic energy. This may come when you're trying to figure, your next step out here. But I want to remind you within this Five of Pentacles, especially with Temperance above it, that, you know, that you're going to be guided. You're definitely going to be guided. You're guided towards this pentacle that the Knight of Pentacles brings in. And remember, the Knight of Pentacles is, I feel guaranteed, right? It's slow but steady. It's secure. He's not going to lose that Pentacles. And the one thing a Knight does is finish his journey. Let's say the king sends him out on some type of adventure. He's not coming back until that pentacle has been delivered. So I feel like that's about, when we get to this point, what we're looking at, what's about to come about. Did that make sense? And I feel like if you've been praying for help, I feel like your prayers are being heard. Your prayers are always being heard, but I feel like your prayers are being heard and they're being answered. Again, I want to say release control on how it must be, because it's probably not going to be the way you expect, but ultimately it's giving you the desire you deserve. Does that make sense? Okay, is there anything else I want to look at? I think I am going to pull this up. How much time we have? And what I want to do just real quick, because I don't want your reading to be too long. Pisces, you used to be my number one sign for readings. And lately you've gone to my 10th, my 12th. And I don't know why. So what I'm going to do is, that's why I don't want to make it too long. Sometimes Pisces doesn't have patience. But I want to look at this love a little deeper, to see if there's anything else we can pull out of it. Well, we have that Five of Pentacles, and I feel like this is just picking up from your reading, because this was towards the end of your reading. Again, it's, this could be a time period where I have a little fear in me. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm nervous about my future type thing. But nonetheless, your guides have been saying over and over in this reading, don't fret, because the right people will be there. Temperance there. You'll be in the right place at the right time. And look what follows that. The Four of Wands. So this is probably why I wanted to continue on with this reading, because the Four of Wands is coming over the Two of Cups. So this is about wanting to make a commitment. Wanting to make a commitment. It is two people. So, look at this. We have the Six of Cups, and then we have the Hangman. The Hangman, interesting, coming over the Prince of Wands. And I don't feel like the Hangman can stop the Prince of Wands. Matter of fact, if I look up, the sun is right there. So it's almost like this Prince of Wands receives some type of illumination, some type of epiphany, something to move him or her towards you. Because I do feel you're the Prince of Cups, the Princess of Cups there. You don't have to be. It could be the other way around. But I feel like there's more of you who are the Princess of Cups. And again, it's someone who's receiving a cup. Who's giving the cup? Well, right above that is the Six of Cups. So this is someone of the past, someone that I have good memories about. I may have been attached to them before, but I feel like somewhere they've been in your life. It can certainly be of a past life, but I feel this is, this is someone you have good memories of. It doesn't necessarily have to be like when I say the past, it doesn't have to be 20 years ago. It could be a couple weeks ago, you know. But when are they meeting you? They meeting you when you're in the energy of what I call the spirit warrior. So, I'm kind of drudging through the mud, but I'm walking. I'm still going, right? I'm still moving. And how interesting that this Two of Cups is showing up at that time. Very interesting. And I can see where it throw a little doubt up as the hangman. But I have to be honest with the sun over that again. I feel like if this is for you, or if you accept this, um, the sun again is turning the hangman around, right? Because if I don't trust it, I feel like I have clear feelings here. My intuition is very strong about this person. That's what I want to trust. That's what I want to trust. You can be the hangman and say, I want to take my time. That's fine also. But I feel like who's ever coming, it can also be you making a decision. That's it. I'm going to go after someone. Um, and they can come as a symbol of hope and help, right? Because again, you're in a certain type of energy. Doesn't mean you're you're broken down. Maybe some of you, um, but you're not quite where you're feeling 100% yourself, and it's because of something of your past. But you're moving on from that. Again, moving on. Five is about change, right? And then you have the four. The four is solid, coming over the soulmate energy. So it feels very like a very solid type energy. But nonetheless, we have the Six of Cups coming over the Princess of Cups. So someone that when I think about it, I think, it probably brings a smile to my, um, to my mouth or my heart. Because this person's traveling from the Hermit energy, could be Virgo. But this is someone I feel like will be spiritually in depth, will have spirit knowledge, may at one time have had the monkey on their back. But I do feel like the clearing of that with the sun. This could be someone from your childhood, no doubt. No doubt. No doubt. You may have said no to this person before. Maybe you've regretted that. I don't know. But nonetheless, here it comes. So I feel like I got to leave it there and wait for your comments. I hope when you watch a reading, maybe it's not happening right now, but then a month from now, it's like, boom, all this starts to happen. I hope you come back and let us know. And the reason why is because what you do is help give others hope, because truly, I can't remember much love in my life where it didn't come unexpectedly. Sam, who I just moved in this year with, very unexpected, very unexpected. Yet here I am, right? So think about that. Many times, someone you fell in love with, it came in quickly. That's what the Princess of Cups is. Can throw me off kilter for a minute. But boy, I can feel it within. I can feel it. I can feel their passion too. And it's soulmate energy. And I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys so much. Pisces, I wish you all this love that I'm feeling here. I know many of you will have it. Again, use the comment section to let us know. Maybe some of you have already been through this. It just helps to build hope. So I love you guys. Thank you for subscribing. For all those that are new, I'm so happy to have you. Thank you to my old subscribers for hanging in there. Thank you for everyone for helping to donate to the channel. It's been very, very difficult. It's difficult for us readers too. So thank you for helping me to stay alive, so to speak. And thank you for being you. I truly appreciate it. You know, I feel that we're all one big soul family, and we have new family members coming all the time. So let's talk to each other. Let's really hear each other's comments. I love you guys. I will see you soon. Bye bye.